Hey, today I want to talk about why did God wait so long to send his son into the world? Why did he wait so long? The world has experienced so much suffering, pain, and anguish for thousands of years. Why not just start? Instead of starting by instituting animal sacrifice, by instituting the Ark of the Covenant and the tabernacle, why not just start by sending your son into the world? And I love this question. I think this is a great topic to discuss. Now, there are several different theories that go about trying to answer that question. I personally subscribe to two of these theories. The first theory says that the reason God waited so long was so that humanity could learn and understand the consequence to sin. If Adam and Eve had sinned in the garden and then 20 minutes later Jesus shows up and saves the day, Adam and Eve, they probably would have not really truly understood how devastating sin is, disobedience to God is. Yet here we are today, thousands of years later, and we've had tons of wars, famines. The earth is still bearing signs and is still experiencing the consequences of sin. I think one of the reasons why God waited so long was so that we could truly understand the depth of how rotten sin is. Think about this. God has created all things. And when he created the stars and we created the planets and he set the planets in motion, all of creation obeyed God. Everything obeyed his voice and was put into order. Human beings are one of the only created things that said no to God. They said, no, we're not going to listen to you. We're going to do things our way. And so I think one of the reasons why God waited so long to send his son into the world was so that we could truly understand the depth and experience really how serious and severe our sin is. Now, there's a second theory that goes about explaining this, and it's another theory that I also subscribe to. It's that God was slowly trying to reveal himself to his creation, to humanity. And in Genesis chapter 3, the people just weren't ready yet to receive Jesus. Even in Jesus' day, he said that there's many things that he would like to show and to teach people, but even in his day, they weren't yet ready. Ready for what? I think the biggest thing is ready to understand and comprehend who Jesus is. God throughout all of history has been on this slow process of wanting people to understand who he is, but he has to slowly reveal himself. It's like teaching a child how to do math. If you're teaching a child how to do math, you're not going to start with advanced calculus. If you do that, they're going to, they're probably going to hate math, but they're going to have no idea what you're talking about. So you got to start when you train or teach a child how to do math, you got to start with some basic algebra, and then you got to work your way up. The same thing with how God has revealed himself throughout all of history is he has slowly revealed himself. He, gave us the Ark of the Covenant, and then he instituted the tabernacle. He slowly started revealing himself to the people of Israel. Then he sent his son into the world, who is the fullness of deity. And he had to wait for the right moment in human history when people could begin to understand who Jesus is. So I hope this helps answer that question. Hope this brings some clarity to you today. And I hope this gives you a greater faith in God and in the Bible. God bless.